Good afternoon. It's a great delight to be here. I was a little bit concerned, however, when I saw that one of the contributors was from Ireland and called Hoey. So I thought I might have got the wrong room for a short while. Lord Mayors are not supposed to be political, but hey, I've got 6 days to go, so what the heck? Yeah. It's been... I wanted to make a number of points while being Lord Mayor, and hopefully in a way that wasn't outrageously political, but made clear where my personal sympathies lay. And one of those was to do with the whole of the European question. And I take this very personally. My wife, the Lady Mayoress, is a Spanish citizen. She was originally born in Bucharest. A lot of my life over the last 20 years has been spent travelling around Europe. And when people say, "Are you going on holiday again, Malcolm?" And I said, "No, I'm just going home." And that was the truth, because my home has been in 2 places for the last 15, 16, 17 years. In Madrid and in Liverpool, living and working in Liverpool and commuting to my home in Madrid. I have a son now. I hate the term stepson. I have a son called Victor, who's a master's degree in international relations. The questions of Europe and politics in Europe are something that are frequently a matter of discussion for us, and I learn from him, and he occasionally learns from the old man who's been there, done it, and got the T-shirt. The question of Ireland is what you're discussing this afternoon, and unfortunately I can't stay for the whole afternoon and would love to have been able to stay. And as I won't get a chance to speak to people before my term of office ends next Wednesday, will somebody please hand me a membership application form before I leave the room? I will post-date it for the 24th of May. This year there have been a number of things which have underlined the importance of Europe to Liverpool. The most obvious one, and I'll tell you a preceding story to it, was our visit to Cologne. When I was 15, I went on a school trip, and I travelled with my school companions and teachers on the train, across the ferry to the Hook of Holland, on the train to Germany, West Germany as it was. I can remember still having my papers checked at the border and ending up on a train platform in Cologne station looking at the cathedral. Never left the platform, but went on to stay in a little village near Bonn on the other side of the river called Unkel. It's a very easy name to remember, a name like Unkel. It's not a name that will leave you. My first introduction to lederhosen and continental breakfasts. And visited Bonn, visited Mulheim, which was the town I lived in at the time was Darlington, and we were twinned with Mulheim. Received a very influential book at that time on the Berlin Wall, which again strengthened another part of what's been pretty constant in my politics over the years, where I just simply put it: if you want to climb over barbed wire with somebody shooting at you to get to where you want to go to, what you're leaving behind can't be all that great. And this year we were invited to Cologne as Lord Mayor and Lady Mayoress. We travelled across there to receive a prestigious prize from the Mayor of Cologne, called the Konrad Adenauer Prize. The Konrad Adenauer Prize is normally given to an individual, but this time It was given to a city. And the reason it was given to Liverpool was for two reasons. One was in the dark days after the Second World War, Liverpool decided to twin with Cologne. And it decided to twin with Cologne in order to help them rebuild their democratic institutions in West Germany, as it was in their city in West Germany. But there was another reason why they wanted to give Liverpool the prize. And the reason was that Liverpool had voted overwhelmingly to stay in the European Union. They had recognised and were grateful for that indication of support in this marvellous city for the European project. And of course, that is more than just the economic benefit that Europe brings. I mean, what would Liverpool be like today if it hadn't been for the amount of European support we got during these past few years? And that we are going to throw away. But it's more than that. It's about Liverpool's commitment to a wider world than just a narrow, nationalistic, English-centric orientation. This is a city that believes in its contacts with the wider world. And on the day when the vote was being taken, I had no worries about the referendum vote because I'd been campaigning hard, I'd been standing in Church Street, I'd been occasionally harangued, but mostly got a great reception. And I remember walking next to St. John's shopping centre, and a man had travelled miles to stand in that area, handing out leaflets, asking the people of Liverpool to vote. And he said he was honoured to meet me, and I said, no. The truth is, I'm honoured to meet you because of the work that you're putting in. And to me, the result of the referendum was a complete disaster. And it's personal. It's personal because our intention as a couple, using our right to move around Europe, our right to live anywhere in Europe we wished, the right to work anywhere in Europe we wished, our intention is to retire to my wife's country of Spain. And the uncertainty that puts over my own personal situation is quite devastating and worrying. What is going to happen to healthcare? What is going to happen to pensions? And then you read the arguments that the Brexiteers keep throwing out there. And there is never, ever an answer to any of the major problems that face our economy and that face our citizens in the future in a divided Europe. So I'm going to finish there, even though my wife hasn't started doing that yet. That's the usual signal. For God's sake, finish, Malcolm. Right? I'm going to stop there and wish you great fortune in your discussions this afternoon. If you can come up to an answer that Mrs. May has signally failed to come up with an answer to over the Irish border, and the question of peace, and the question of continued trade across Europe and across the Irish border, then you're a better man than me, Gunga Din. But there is no answer. We're getting to a situation where the suggestions being put forward make you wonder why anybody considered leaving in the first place. It looks as if we may even get to a situation where, in all but name, we're in, but we haven't got the say, we haven't got the influence, we haven't got the power, and it's a complete nonsense. So do hand me that membership card. Lord Mayors aren't political. This one, on this matter, is highly political, and I wish you the best this afternoon. Thank you.